They're basically the all-in-one Wonder unit for Shadow Summon. That's one of the reasons. Now you see what's happened here.
Josh thinks that that spot is a teleport, but it's not. It's actually a. It gives the unit, or I guess Morpher on the thing, the ability. And then that yellow spot next to it basically doesn't count when you move over it, counting for movement. What's it?
It's like a speed zone or a speed boost. I can't remember what they call it, but yeah, it doesn't count for movement, so it's basically a free square. And that is chain reaction on all of those ability squares.
And that'll change Josh's strategy here, not knowing that he, thinking he could transport, but he can't. So we'll see how he changes it.
So you already see that Josh is at a bit of a disadvantage, having never seen this map. He already has made a kind of a mistake here, and he's not quite sure what he's going to do. He did think that he was going to get teleport out of that square, and so now he's kind of back to the drawing board on his plans here.
And by now, Alex has played. Last night he played on this map. The day before, when he played me, he played on this map. So I'm sure he's really comfortable with this map, especially with the monster and the building placement, as you can see from this Privateer Empire combo.
Right. And it looks like a big focus of this map would be to collect those power zones in the middle. But one of the interesting things is that all of these objective spaces are placed in a way that they're always going to be within range of a chain reaction because of those ability squares. So if you put 3 or 4 units in the middle on those power zones, they're going to be able to get chain reacted. And if you put them on those negative zones, they'll get chain reacted. So it's a pretty fascinating map.
Yeah, if neither player goes for the middle, I would like to see this map when a player does try to go for the middle and see what kind of issues it creates.
I wonder if it would pay off. Yeah. And so Josh is in a pretty typical spawning here.
Securing several buildings.
He put the S-type over on his opponent's side of the board, using the underground network with Skyscraper. And now that's going to negate the Statue of Liberty and the Sun Industries that I'm sure Alex was hoping to secure this next round.
When I played him the day before, he used 4 units there in the middle to secure Privateer, Empire, Statue of Liberty, and at that point it was a guard defense base instead of the Sun Industries.
Yeah, that's nasty. So that's a huge play, throwing those S-types over there. I know Josh, I talked to him after the match, and he said that was one of the main things that he wanted to do when he came to this tournament. He brought those S-types because they have cloak, they're very pesky, they're hard to get off your power base, and he can throw them right there with those Skyscrapers. So that's another. There's been a bit of a question going on our community side about hard disruption versus soft disruption, and here you have an excellent example. Josh, with just one simple move, has totally shut down 2 of Alex's big power-based buildings.
And it forces Alex to use action dice and to use brain power on how to get rid of this unit.
Right.
And so, a miss on a unit like this, if you waste, dice, it could be, a critical miss.
Yeah, and it kind of keeps Alex's units on his side dealing with that threat rather than on
so
Josh's side.
So he transports that unit.
Right.
And I think he's going to go to try to shoot that. I'm going to try to shoot him.
He's got a combined attack going on here on that S-type. He's going to try to knock him off his power base here. Just a C-type rolling solo. I believe it's an elite.
It is an elite.
So he'll get 2 boost. And that's a miss.
That is a miss. He was rolling. The odds weren't too good on that roll anyway. But still, that's a critical miss.
That's going to hurt. Now on his monster activation, his power-up isn't going to net him very much. He'll get 2, 3, 4, looks like. 1 for the Privateer and 3 for the Imperial State.
Plus he has the Sundrome next to the
he also has the Sundrome. Okay, so his power-up will still be pretty sufficient.
Unless Josh does something to disrupt that side of the map as well.
Yeah.
Which I've got a feeling he's going to with that Zor Quanta.
It looks like he's...
He's getting ready to go get that Sundrome.
This is incredible. Like a lot of players would never think to be this offensive this early. And Josh is going right at him.
He's going with the power up. He has a Statue of Liberty, so he gets that boost die. And he gets it. So he'll get plenty of power dice to start the game off with.
Let's see how many he gets. I believe he'll get 5. If I'm counting correctly.
Yep.
Alright.
5.
He'll get 5 power dice.
It's enough to go around Macros.
That's a nice little early power boost. And you notice he was looking earlier at this sun drone over here by the Imperial State, and looks like that's where he's going.
8 move.
So,
That's
an
nice.
8 move there. And now he's going to move 6. He's going to step 6 times.
That is nice.
You notice he'll still be screened.
He will be screened. That is very nice. So there's almost no way for the alpha version of Zor Maxim to get over there.
He's going to brawl that sun drone, and that's going to completely shut down. That would be a 0 power up. And he gets it.
Yep. And so now he gets a power die back, and
that's a big
Alex
move
is
there.
left without
That's
any
a big
power
move.
dice when he powers up, which is very tough for Zor Maxim.
You know, Alec wants to be in his mega form here. He wants to hyper up as early as possible. And right now he's looking at 0 power die. So this is a big, big move here.
He moves forward. He's going to try to get some power dice, I think, from brawling that building.
So that drought kind of that Josh put him in is going to lead him to other options here, and
Kind
the
of
best
forces
option
his
he
hand.
has here is to brawl that Sun Industries.
Which I do think is probably the best option, but it's
Right.
probably not where Alex wanted this game to go.
Definitely not where he wanted it to go. He wanted at least 3 or 4 off the power up.
He gets it.
All right, successful brawl.
I think that's 5 power dice from that.
Yeah, 5 power dice. All right, so he's not completely shut down. He's 1 short of hypering up.
That's still, that 1 is critical.
That's huge.
How do you keep track usually? I just have this thing turned towards me for my habits, and then
Sorting out a bit of the logistics of the tiles here.
It's always fun.
Of course.
I think I came
I'm
up
really-
too short on day 2.
I'm still I'm completely blown away still by this first move by Josh
It's
with
just fantastic.
rolling Quanta over there. I think a lot of players wouldn't have seen that move.
Well, and I know playing him, he was rolling, getting 7 or 8 power dice on his first monster turn.
Yeah.
The day before when he was using Sky Sentinel, and he disrupted my power base very well, but I think Josh has played this hand very well and disrupted the power base, and then therefore made it where Alex couldn't try to disrupt his power base.
Right, and that might be, a lot of that is because he had the first move here. He had the first monster activation.
So I think he played going first very well here. Alright, so we have the stare down going on here.
Yeah.
Josh is trying to figure out what to do with his life here.
You'll notice the huge difference in the power base setup here. Josh is sitting incredibly pretty, whereas Alex is suffering right now. He's not looking good as far as his power base being set up. He's been disrupted, and anytime you can disrupt, of course, what your opponent wants, and that's going to lead to your advantage in the long run.
And Josh has his Shadow Gates rolling. It's going to be really tough for Alex to deal with him.
It'd be tough for him to get in there.
But I wouldn't count Alex out yet.
Oh, no, of course. He's here for a reason.
Interior display was graphic. I sold my boxes back to Kim because she wanted to sell the thing.
And Josh is taking his sweet time.
He has 5 minutes.
Yeah?
You'll notice them playing with the timer off and on, about to the upper of the screen.
And just to kind of outline this map a little bit more, we talked about the middle power zones and the negative zones and these ability squares. And like the bottom left ability square is going to be a chain reaction square, and then the middle one is an indirect fire, and then the one on the far right is explosion. And that's switched on the other side. So basically at any point, someone's going to have explosion or chain reaction if they want it. And that makes that middle really dangerous, and it makes clustering your units anywhere near those squares a real big problem. The way that Josh is able to get away with it, at least out here in front of his skyscraper and Sun Industries, he has those two the Shadow Gates sitting there, and that's going to limit the ability for those squares to actually come into play.
You'll notice that Josh goes for the Empire State Building here,
Yeah.
which will, at that point, he'll have so much secured. Even disrupting 2 or 3 buildings isn't going to hurt Josh.
Right.
He's definitely setting up a
He's-
fantastic power base.
So another Underground Network move here.
still one there, 2.
And he goes to the other side. Oh my goodness.
That is close,
Oh
correct?
my goodness.
Right?
This is okay.